Hello guys, so what we're playing today is a Stanley Parable. I honestly don't know what this game's about, but a friend of mine hooked me up with this the other day, so I'm gonna play the game. It's already like Inception over here. Let's look at this monitor. Alright, so begin the game. It is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is loading. Ah! What? Okay, I have my dog on my lap right now. He's happy, which makes me happy because I'm always happy to have my dog happy. This loading screen's taking a while. Let's see. Loading. Why is it taking so long? Please load for me. Oh, please. I don't know what that was. Okay. Oh, my thing did it. Click to skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's a lot of employees.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
This game's gonna piss me off.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that's good at least.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
He got wrecked.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
An hour?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years
company
at
shut
the
down.
company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Wow,
As
this
he
has
came to his
issues.
wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, that's good for him. I'm glad he decided to do something with himself. Oh wait, no, I'm controlling him now. Oh, hello. Alright. Alright, nothing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there any like extras?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's so bright. Oh wait, I can open doors with E. I can mess stuff with E. Oh! Turn off computer. Drawers. Sharpener. Just turning everything off. Saving power. Stanley's a good guy. Nothing in here. I really don't know what's going on, really. I feel really sorry for this dude, though. Like, this room's under construction. This is actually really good quality. Oh, that's actually really pretty. And I never know where I came from. This looks like an interrogation room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Oh, that's creepy.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take out passive aggressive on resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Do you think slides to assure employees that everything's okay? Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic on the header and throw some bevel. Everyone is unique. You most of all. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Graphs, things about money. Number of slides when you slide, charts, slides, charts, and slides. What is this? But I think it's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water cooler heaters. Charts need more tips to appeal teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Work harder, hard worker. What is this? The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill in the triplicate and return to your Boss Appreciation Specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict unless you are kind of person who... What are you dreaming for? It says talk radio. My toastist. Plant life, football, pollution, less air, spring break, hope, clear skin, comatose. Lunch. Okay, so it's just starting all over again. Shift global market, monetize to play. What is this? Get Chris out of the broom closet. Non-efficient money. Standardized graphs 40 times wide. Push. The future of yesterday, tomorrow is now. Hire someone to standardize papers or to standardize fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper surgery guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on topic of, I don't know what that is. Meeting room floor. Do not alert without consulting whiteboard manager. Alter. This is kind of funny. I'm enjoying this so far now. Alright, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
My friend warned me that the game played me, so...
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
What happens if I still stay here? Like, am I gonna get jump scared, like chase after me?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
FA. Oh, I get it.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Absolutely.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Hey Britt, I'm doing a game recording.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
That's a lie. There's something in here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say,
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Absolutely.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
It was my favorite ending of all time. Come on, next thing.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
Hey!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Hey!
That or with drug money.
Oh!
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Absolutely. How did you know this? There's something on the
Well,
ceiling.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Am I gonna die or
Well, in
something?
a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I'm being scared.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Wait a second,
He
he's
or
standing
she
out of
has
the
fallen
broom
prey
closet.
to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming. so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
This dude's raging.
All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is there gonna be another one, or? Okay, I think that's all he's gonna do. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Oh.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I'm locked in here. I wanted to check out, see if it said Stanley.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, that's spooky. That's spooky. It's too spooky for me. I don't want to be down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
He's a freak.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Absolutely.
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Yep.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Oh.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
What have I been
After
doing?
all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently,
Hey.
and he invited himself
No.
to wake up.
It's too spooky.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
What?
the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside.
Then he
this
woke
world.
up and it was right next to us. It's in the same place.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Please.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Then he woke up.
I am normal.
No, you're not.
Everything will be fine.
Nope.
I am okay.
Oh, yep, same place. You got wrecked.
Stanley began screaming.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please.
Why are they coming red?
I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Then
And
he,
everything went black.
then he died. He died, didn't he?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Wow.
But then she remembered
Jerk.
the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Wow.
And then she turned and ran.